Hey everyone, Lily here, and it's Misha time. Misha is our new ice character following the destruction path. He's the second ice DPS among the 4 stars, right after Herta, which is why he's my primary target in version 2.0. I used to rely on Herta whenever I faced enemies weak to ice, and I feel like it's not ideal. Turns out, getting Misha doesn't automatically solve my issue. Instead, it brought new puzzles to solve. Misha and Herta serve different purposes. Misha's main strength lies in his ultimate, which is the focal point of his kit. In fact, it's the only thing that matters from his kit, as his skill, talent, and even traces are made to enhance his ultimate. So, what does his ultimate do and what are the issues? Misha's ultimate is unique. It has a mechanic that increases its damage output by increasing the number of hits. By default, the ultimate has 3 hits, but can be increased every time somebody in the party consumes skill points, up to 10 hits. So that's issue number 1. Since his ultimate damage depends on how many times your team uses skill points before it is launched, the player must have a good sense of skill point management in order to use him properly. Each of those hits has a 60% multiplier. If he reaches 10 hits on every occasion, his ultimate would have a total of 600% multiplier, which is insane. But getting 10 hits consistently isn't something every team can do. Due to the demanding mechanics, his team options become limited. He needs teammates who can switch from basic attack to skill with little to no consequences. If the teammates don't have that level of freedom, then it will be hard to maintain the skill points flow. Bringing a skill point generator like Hanya can be a solution too. Is pushing for 10 hits every time necessary? I'd say yes, because ultimate is Misha's primary source of damage. I'll explain it further in issue number 2. The second issue is the fact that his ultimate is a bounce type, just like Asta's or Sampo's skills. This means if there is more than one enemy on the field, his ultimate will attack them randomly, resulting in a lower and inconsistent damage output. The more enemy there are, the more he is at the mercy of RNG. This situation is actually worse than Asta or Sampo because, as I said before, ultimate is his primary source of damage. His skill doesn't do much damage due to the low multiplier, and his traces are mostly trying to ensure the enemies get frozen so that this 30% crit damage buff can be activated. So that's why, in my opinion, maximizing his ultimate damage is important. Now it's clear that despite his ability to cover multiple enemies, Misha shines in single-target battles. His ultimate deals the most damage and reduces the most shield when there is only one enemy on the field. It's funny because if you think about it, Herta is a character whose damage increases as the number of enemies increases. We have 2 4-star ice DPS with polar opposite mechanics. My Misha's build is pretty much complete. I won't be farming his relics and only focus on maxing his traces. After several days of playing, yeah, I do find he is quite technical. The speed tuning to get the right rotation, the attack timing, SP management, and crowd controlling, But there's a team where I think Misha excels at. The Freeze team. Pairing him with March 7th feels so satisfying. You can completely control the battle's pace. For example, this deer in floor 12 can summon minions that will make Misha at disadvantage as mentioned before. But due to the freeze, if I get the timing right, I could avoid the worst scenario. The remaining 2 slots can be filled by Pella and another support if you want Misha as solo carry, or another DPS if the elemental weakness is more mixed up. In summary, what I can say about Misha is, he is extremely niche. So if you're seeking a general-purpose character, he might not be suitable. Is he worth leveling? Well, even in my account that has small roster and limited option against ice-weak enemies, I might still use Herta more often than him. However, when all the requirements to unleash his full power are met, he's definitely the better pick. So for that reason, I rank Misha in B tier, right below Luca.